Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Crossdeck, my weekly show on which I do just about anything and anything, talk about anything and anything. Boy, I literally just sat down in this chair 10 seconds ago. I had everything set up, semi set up, but I've been flying to the seat of my pants all morning long. With the time change, I decided to sleep in a little. Went in and got a short workout in this morning, came home, went to the store, bought dinner, came home, prepared dinner, threw it in the crock pot. Then I spent an hour and a half going through bills and my budget, just making sure everything balanced. And then just had barely enough time to jump in the shower and come down here and be with everybody here. So I appreciate you guys for showing up and being here. I see the chat's going already. Saying hello to Gotham. Gotham's here. Welcome. Excuse me. Literally sat down, so I didn't even cough, get my throat clear. Ted's here. Always good to see you, Ted. Welcome. Thumper Squid is here. Welcome, welcome. And Hockey Town is here as always. Yeah, good to see you guys, as always. Yeah, my Robotron has Robotron loaded as well. Let's see. Let's do that view. You can kind of see it back there in the back on the top left image there. My ALU has Robotron loaded there. One other thing that you can see in plain view is I did something a little different with my 1/6 scale arcades. You can kind of see there in the middle of the floor, front and center. I did an arrangement of my quarter arcades, and I'm kind of liking it. I don't know if I'm crazy about the table. I may switch out the table. But one of the things I also bought is I bought 8 of those carpet pads from New Wave Toys. So I've got those upstairs, still in the package. I haven't brought them down yet, but I'm going to need to seat those that blue light reflective carpet underneath those cabinets. That, again, I'm not married to that table. I might switch it out. I might go to Walmart later and see what they have for small tables. Just trying to make a nice display. So I did that. I did that rearranging last Sunday after the show. So once I got all that done and I cleaned up after it and everything, I decided to, rather than put the white table away, I would use it for a display. And I don't have any more GRS Build-A-Cades left to build. Obviously, that he has ended that sale. I'm still getting Facebook Marketplace, or not Marketplace, Facebook ads that the TMG 30 code is still working site-wide for everything. So I don't know if he just hasn't turned off the Facebook ads for that yet. I haven't tested whether or not the TMG 30 code was working and if it worked for Build-A-Cades. So who knows? I might be tempted to buy a few more. Someone mentioned to me in one of my comments of one of my community posts, he noticed I had Moon Patrol, and again, I have Moon Patrol up on the TV behind me. That's off of a RetroPie build, just running off a Raspberry Pi with an external hard drive. And I may put that into a cabinet later on. But nothing has presented itself to me locally to do that. So I pretty much just hooked it up via HDMI to that TV. And I'm also, so yeah, I still have some GRS projects in mind, but I'm kind of taking a wait and see and a little breather here. I know I've given you guys a lot of streams lately with Buildacade builds. So today, I didn't have anything in mind. And as I was running on a treadmill this morning, I'm like, what am I going to do this morning? And I thought of something that I could do. You know, as you guys know, I bought that Centipede Legacy from Cornercade last week or the week before last. And so we built that last week for the 50th show. But I do have, let me go get it. And I have not Googled to find out from the community if this will actually work. So I don't know if it will or not. But what I have here is a GRS trackball replacement, and it's an LED lit trackball. So I can change the color on this, and I'm going to make it a green one, and then I'm going to drop it into the Centipede Legacy cabinet. So we may do that today. I'm guessing, you know, how I feel, how this goes. Just going back to the chat briefly. Chris is here. Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Thumper Squid says he plays Moon Patrol on the iArcade. Yeah, Moon Patrol is one of those games that it's just kind of addicting, for me anyway. So I play it on every device that I have it available on. And I would love to build a GRS Buildacade Moon Patrol. So that might be next on my project. But I don't think any of the guys that are doing art for the Buildacades do a Moon Patrol yet. Let's see. PD7's here. Good to see you, buddy. I sent Phil a note because Synergy changed up their weekend sales. They used to have a rummage sale on Saturdays from like 9 to noon. And that was on the other side of the warehouse that was partitioned off from their main store. Well, if you guys have watched PD7's content lately, Synergy's done a lot of remodeling, and so they basically knocked down walls and made their store wide open. So what they're doing on Saturdays now is basically opening up their store from 9 to noon. So the gal and I were wondering what to do yesterday. We were going to try and make our way to the south side so we could hit up Red Robin. And so on our way down there, we stopped off. We had about a half an hour left, and we stopped off at Synergy. Nothing's changed at Synergy from what you guys have seen in PD7's video. Still nothing there. I'm shocked, and I was laughing out loud. The price tag they had on the Mortal Kombat 2 head-to-head, they had a price tag of $400, and that thing's missing screws. It's got scratches and dents. It's missing the plastic protector, and they want $400 for it. Well, guys, as you know, the Mortal Kombat 2 head-to-head is on sale now. I think it's at Best Buy for $299. Why would I pay $400 for a beat-up, missing screws version of that cabinet when I can get a brand new in-the-box one for $299? So I had to laugh at what they got in there now. There's no way I'm paying what they're asking for that stuff. So, yeah, the gal and I took a trip there yesterday. We kind of went driving. We drove all PD7 and Cornercade will know. We instead of taking the highway, we drove all the way down Highway 100 from the north side to the south side, and took in some sites that I haven't seen in a while because it's been a while since I've gone that way. And but we had a full day yesterday. We hit up Half Price Books. We hit up Volta Records, which is a used record store, used and new record store. And we just did some browsing. I was on the hunt yesterday for 80s compilation CDs because I want to make a playlist for the arcade here that I can play in the background while I'm playing video games. And so I got 3 CDs that have some pretty good choices on them, and I have some 80s music in my iTunes library that I could use as well. Some got to have some Journey in there for any arcade playlist. So that's what we did yesterday. And we ate at Red Robin, of course, because that's our favorite burger place. So jumping back into the chat. Da, 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 da. Yeah, PD7's here. Good, good. Not sure what you're talking about with the party key. Hey, Cornercade, welcome, welcome. That's a good idea. If I jumped on that deal, that might have been something that I would have done. Maybe I would have even reskinned it to like a Moon Patrol or something. Has it only been 3 times? I know I visited you a couple of times when you were working at Best Buy. Yeah, I guess. When I came to buy the cabinet, that was probably only our 3rd or 4th time getting together. So, Boofman, welcome first and foremost to the stream. Appreciate it. I agree. I have been jonesing for the Centipede cabinet and primarily for the artwork for some time. And I know all the caveats about that cabinet. I know the monitor's screwed up. So I knew going in that what I was paying for had some issues, but I really wanted that cabinet in my arcade because of the artwork. So I love the marquee on it. It's one of their best marquees. I just wish they'd done better on the monitor so I didn't have to do any changes to it. And I do agree. If you look at Marketplace around here, there's not much of some of their unique cabinets out there for sale. It's usually just the Pac-Mans, the Mortal Kombats. And I did see an X-Men crop up in Milwaukee for a very reasonable price. So I was tempted to go buy that, but as you guys know, I'm kind of car impaired. I have a 2-door Jeep Wrangler, and Danny was gracious enough to take apart the Centipede for me so I could fit it in my Jeep. But I'm not going to ask everybody that I buy a cabinet off of Marketplace to do that. So got to wait till I get a decent car to transport these things around. Yep. Danny signed it. I think I forgot to showcase that on the stream last week. Sorry about that, Danny. But yes, you did sign it for me. I was kind of hoping I could get Mrs. Cornicade sign it too, but that didn't work out. Let's see. Did I stick those photos in a folder somewhere? No. Well, how can I pull this up? Let's go to Google Photos. There we go. Oh my goodness, that's so blurry. Gotta be a better picture. No, I guess I didn't. Bummer. Well, I'll pull it up. It's a little blurry, guys. Share screen. And there you guys go. Danny signed it, the Cornercade. So yeah, I wasn't going to leave there without having him sign it because how often is it that you meet first of all meet the Cornercade, the infamous Cornercade, and get to get his signature on one of his cabinets. So there's been a couple of times I've wanted to buy cabinets from him, but there's no way I could have transported it to my place. So kind of just left it as is. All right. Okay. Oh, so okay, so Kohl's has that head to head for $2.99. Yeah, good deal. I'll give you guys a clue at what I'm looking at doing, and I may have missed my chance on Time Crisis. I was going to get Time Crisis from Target. Well, Target sold out of them. It's still available in one or two other places, but at a higher price, a much higher price than Target had it for. So Time Crisis was one I might get simply because I love the unique look and shape of the cabinet. And the other one is the Fast and Furious, and that's still available. So I'm still hemming and hawing over Fast and Furious. I need a driving cab back in the arcade, and so that might be my choice. We'll see. I don't know what that means, but my just not to dox my girlfriend, but she is a shift lead at Starbucks. She goes there every morning. I got up the same time she did to go open up Starbucks on a Sunday morning. So she's worked there for over 20 years, and she loves it because the benefits are great. And so if you don't care much for Starbucks and their prices and or their politics, do it to support the employees there, because I have personally observed those guys working very hard at what they do. In the mornings, they can be very popular, especially on the weekends. And I go there and support them. I don't necessarily agree with their politics either as a company, but my gal does work for them, and they do wondrous. They've been great to her through this 2-month hiatus that she's been on for her surgery. So I support the employees because they're working hard. Not going to say every employee works hard, but most of them do, and then most of them bust their butts. Yes, I want to do the GRS trackball on the Centipede. I don't know 100% if it'll work on that Centipede. I'm going to assume it is because it does work on the Atari Legacy. I have one. I have another one installed back there on the Tempest machine. So time machine. Now, is this like Idiocracy movie based themed time machine, like a little ride that goes around in circles, and it's named the Time Machine? That was a great movie, by the way. If you guys haven't seen Idiocracy, you got to watch it. It's hilarious. It's good to hear, Danny. I saw it up there on Marketplace. I'm glad you were able to sell it. I did show the signature. See, I have no short-term memory. I'll get back out of that. All right. Hockey Town reminds me. You guys know more than I do. Yeah, I'll bet she is. Yeah, I had that big buck all for about less than a week. I received it, built it on stream, I think, and then the bottom dropped on my financial situation, and I said, well, crap. So given that I didn't have a whole lot of nostalgia for Big Buck Hunter, it was an easy decision for me. So the guy who bought it was very appreciative. It being in a pristine, brand new state, hardly ever played. I played it maybe 3 or 4 times since I built it. I kind of missed that cabinet. It was fun. Stock Jock, welcome, buddy. Thanks for joining the stream. And yes, he did. Stock Jock, your light up kit is in that Centipede, and you probably saw it. You stick it in there last week. So, I'm not focused on coin door modifications right now. I'll let you know, though. Thank you. Israel, first of all, welcome to the stream. I love all GRS products. I don't think I found a GRS product that I don't like yet. Again, I haven't bought all of the stuff that he puts out, but that trackball is awesome. And one thing I saw about the one thing I will say in my idea about replacing the trackball in the Centipede is the existing arcade one-up trackball is actually really good in that Centipede. So yes, it is. It's a great flick. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. Where am I headed with my arcade? And you guys are talking about that in the chat. I'd like to get it back to where it was. I'd like to have the middle filled in. And what I'd do with the 1/6, I would probably move off to the side or put it at the entrance of the arcade. Something, I'll find a place for it, but I would like to get to a point where I had rows in the middle, or a row, and splitting the arcade in half. And I'm just taking we don't have very much new to look forward to. So, like I said, those two cabinets, Time Crisis and Fast and Furious. If I were to somehow find a Defender full size or three quarters out there, and you guys know those are rare too. Every once in a while, I'll see them pop up in the area here on Marketplace. I would love to have that Defender skinned cabinet, and that one I might actually do a lot of work on. I might replace the entire control panel with a more Defender accurate control panel. I know it's been done. There are videos out there on YouTube that have done it, but I would love to have a Defender skinned cabinet in here. And I still want to. I'm on the hunt for a project cabinet, so maybe a non-working arcade one-up out there, thrown on Marketplace for minimal expense, and then I might convert that to like a Moon Patrol or a Gorf, depending on the shape of the cabinet and stuff like that. So I agree, Stock Jock. I wish it did as well. I have one. I've had one for like 2 years. It's still sitting on my parts shelf because I really don't have anywhere to put it. I haven't really felt the need to replace the spinners in the at games units that I have. So, it's just sat in the box. I'm sure I'll find something down the road for it. Yeah, but if you saw the other side of my of these walls, you would know that unless I get rid of a bunch of stuff, there's no room. I did at one time have a dream, this wall right here that runs along the side of the arcade here, of just opening that up and pushing it aside, and then laying down flooring for the other side of this wall. But I've got storage back there. It's got a ton of stuff on it, and I'd have to go through it. So, and I also have to be mindful. The gal and I are very serious about moving to Florida in the next few years. So I don't know when retirement will come and when that will come, but I have to be mindful of that because I don't want to be moving a lot of arcade one-ups. I intend to bring everything here with me, but you never know. But if I go expand over there, it would have to be, if we were not going to go anywhere and we're just going to stay here for the duration. And if you know my gal, you know that she's not liking Wisconsin. So Prince Vinny, the answer to that is maybe. Every time I'm looking actively on all the major retailers, looking for deals. I'm not ready to pay what they're asking for them. So if a sale comes along, like let's say Fast and Furious came down, into the 450 range, I might be tempted to buy it. Time Crisis would have to come down to below 500 for me to buy it. I probably won't ever see that. If I feel like I need to move on it, like Time Crisis is approaching that point where they're probably running out of inventory. So I'll probably make a decision soon about what I want to do. I'm in a good financial place now. So I got a whole arcade budget now, and it's kind of a 180 from where I was a year ago at this time. So, and folks, that's because of budgeting and paying off bills and all that stuff. Did a lot of that last year, and all the while trying to stay in the hobby and pick up a cabinet here and there. Yeah, you keep saying that, Stock Jock. Might actually come true. To be honest with you, we are looking in the Fort Myers area. That's the area that we are focused on. So eventually, we're going to start taking trips down there to scout the region, scout good places to live down there in the Fort Myers area, and then we'll go from there, really. But the gal's running a half marathon in every state, so Florida's on that list. So I assume there's going to be a race that a half marathon that we're going to run down in Florida at some point. And that we'll probably combine that trip with a scouting trip just to see where we could go. I'm thinking we're probably going to wind up in a condo because by that time I don't want to take care of lawns and all that other BS. So I'd rather have somebody else do it for me. So probably going to be a condo somewhere in the Fort Myers area, but we'll see. Thundersticks has a code. Let's go look. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. So right when you pull up the website, it pops up a 20% discount if you enter your email, I think. Let me go home here and see what's on the banner page. Yeah, he's got right now a 40% off deal. I'll bring this up. Window. Nope. All right. So he's got 40% off GRS rotary super joystick. And he talked about this on his show the other night using the code IKARI40. So IKARI 40. Well, let's try something here. I'm curious. So let's say I wanted to buy. Let's say I wanted to buy his flight yoke again, or I haven't bought it yet, but let's say I wanted to do that. Yes, I agree. Let's try. Let's see if the 30% still works. Well, look at that. So the TMG 30 code still works. because I can still get the GRS flight yoke. So as I said earlier, I'm still getting ads in my Facebook feed for Thunderstick for the TMG 30 code. So I could get the flight yoke today for 140. Good deal. So that code still works. I don't want to buy this today, so let's go back and remove it. Let's try something else. Let's go to let's just say so his build-a-caves are now full price. Let's add it to the cart. Check out. And I know that this isn't going to work, or he may shock me and have put it back in, but nope. So the TMG 50 is gone. Let's see if the TMG 30 works. No, so it's not valid for the build-a-cade. So you're stuck at buying new build-a-cades for the retail price. But it's still a good product. I mean, if your intent is only buying one of these, or maybe two, I think with all the effort and manufacturing and research and design that went into that, I think it's worth it. But at 50% off, definitely worth it. So the bottom line is the TMG 30 code still works site-wide, but except for the build-a-cade. I have to think, if there's anything else on here. I might buy a couple more of his gate switchers. And I might buy a couple more Viper kits. We'll see. All right. Absolutely. I like running outside, but I don't like running in Wisconsin cold weather. My lungs tend to burn when I inhale, or when I do excessive breathing through running outside in the colder weather, and I don't like that feeling, so I don't do it. So I'm a treadmill guy in the winter. So yeah, I just went through that. So for the Akari joystick, you can get a significant discount on that. So that's good. It's not something I'm interested in, but I know there's a lot in the community. I know James Hates Everything loves his, and actually did a cabinet build around those controls. So good morning, Gotham again. Good to see you. Gamer Fridge. Hey. Hope your work day's going okay. Oh, you're not at work today. Got that. Okay. Welcome. I do own my own house, but I'm tired of taking care of it. I generally try to hire people to do it for me. I'm just lazy that way. Owning a house is a lot of responsibility, as many of you know. So I love the fact that I own my own home, and so I do what I need to take care of it as much as possible. But yeah, and it's not like I have a huge yard. I don't. Yeah, no. I'd rather move to Florida and be warm year round. Gotcha. Bracket. No, you've got a handle on brackets. I've been watching your content on those, and I've even voted in a few of them. But I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm not a console guy. My mom wasn't rich, and my father passed away when I was 5. So in 1971. So she worked 3 jobs to just to put food on the table for us and give us a nice roof over our heads. And so when I wanted something electronic or gaming, the answer was usually no, because it's not something I really needed. And so I had to rely on my friends, because my friend had an Atari 2600 console. Um, a nice gentleman who I recently just found out passed away last year lent me a TRS 80 Model 1 computer. So I could, and that launched me on this long journey in working with computers. And it gave me a career, really, this gentleman. And so I owe a lot to him, and I was sad to see that he had passed away. But he was a really great gentleman. And so, I was exposed through computing that way. The one gaming console that my mom did splurge for was the TI 99 4A microcomputer, which had game cartridges. And I just remember playing Munchman all the time. And there's one other game on there I really liked. And plus, I did a little basic programming on it, same as I did with the TRS 80. That was my exposure. And in 83, 84, I started, focusing towards the Navy. And consoles just didn't pick up for me. And there was one time I bought an early Xbox version, probably one of the first versions of the Xbox. Had it for a while, never played it, took it to GameStop and sold it. So, because it was just taking up space in my entertainment center. So I never latched onto consoles. Good for you, Stock Jock. Glad you got in under the wire. I wish I'd have done that. I would have bought like 5 more myself just to have around for project cabs. Would love to build a Moon Patrol Mini. I don't think anybody's got that artwork yet, but treadmill running is okay as long as you got something to divert your attention, whether it be TV, or maybe a Peloton workout that you're doing, or like I showed you last weekend, Zwift, which is the virtual environment. So as long as my brain's engaged, I'm good on a treadmill. Yesterday, I ran 16 miles on the treadmill. So, Meatball Saucy, welcome. Glad you could join us. Nice. Really? Well, that's not good to know. I'll mention that to my gal tonight, see what she says. Maybe I'll just buy a house and then have somebody take care of it for me. You did too, yeah. And there was one for sale here locally on Marketplace. I almost bought it, just for the nostalgia aspect, because I had it for a long time. I think I sold it right before I went into the Navy. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice here. Yeah, I had it. I think I sold it right before I went into the Navy and kind of missed it. Nice. All right. Caught up with the chat. So what do you guys think? Should I go ahead and try and do that trackball mod? Again, I flew in here on the seat of my pants, so I'm not set up for it. I'd have to take out the control panel, which is nothing. I mean, I don't even have to move the cabinet. I just got to pull out the control panel. Let's. I do want to bring up something I did the other day. Here we go. I was going to post this as a YouTube short, and I forgot. Let's pull this up. So I don't know why I forgot to post this. Maybe it's because I went to bed right away. But just a quick tour of the. I'm queuing it up here. All right. Prince Vinny, I'm thinking about doing the Centipede cab that I just bought from Cornercade. All right, so here we go. This is a video I was going to post as a YouTube short. I probably still will, but it's got audio. Hopefully, and you guys can let me know if the audio is not coming through. But the black light is on, so. All the power cables are stuffed behind the cabinets. So I have USB-C to USB-A power cables. And then I have that USB hub that I have behind there. You kind of can see it, but so that power is running to a strip down below. Oh, no audio. See? Oh, you don't care about that. I do fitness summaries on an Instagram account. No, don't want to see that either. Sorry, guys. I take Flex Friday photos. Last time I didn't have audio, it had to do with let's see. Where's the speaker? I'm not even seeing a speaker control for that. Oh, well. Hey, Biggie D, welcome. To answer your question, Boofman, yes, I did. And I shot content for it. And I didn't need to do it, but I actually went through an entire gate switcher assembly and replacing this player 1 and player 2 starts with 2-in-1 buttons from GRS, just as a proof of concept. I wanted to know how it worked, how I had to go about doing it. You don't need an 8-way gate on a class of 81. You don't. And I just did it because I wanted to see if I could do it. And I did. And I may reverse engineer that. I may leave the Sanwa in with a 4-way gate in because it's a better joystick than what Arcade 1-Up gave us. And I'll pull out the 2-in-1 button changes I made and use them at a later date. So on something else. It is a neat kit, though. The 2-in-1 buttons that Glenn provides, great little way to add a button without having to drill a new hole. I mean, because you can combine the functions into one button space because it's a two-in-1 button. So, but I did do it. I do like the Sanwa a lot better. But I think I'm going to pull out the GRS and put it in my At Games Mini upstairs. So just because I have a lot more game choices on that, and I would love to be able to switch between a 4 and an 8-way gate. I have not done, just to let you know, I have not put that video out there yet. I still have to edit it together. I'm not going to do any fancy with the edit. Guys, I have no time for this. I really don't. The streams that I do here on Sundays are because it's my time. I choose to do what I want with my time, and I choose to share it with you guys. And during the week, I have zero time to edit videos. So kudos to all of you guys that put together edited content. I appreciate each and every one of you. Um, it's just not something I have time for. So, Cornercade knows I promised a Simpsons video. I still have the source content for that. I just haven't cut it together, and I haven't cut together the Class of '81 video yet. So I'm not going to promise I'm going to get it done. I'm just going to do my best to get it. Say I'll do my best and get it out there for you. My schedule during the week is so damn hectic. It's just ridiculous. I'm hoping I don't need the spinach because I'm doing all the weightlifting that I need to do. But thanks for the compliment, though. It is. It really is. The Nintendo kits that Joe Zabels puts together and his artwork, the acrylic artwork, just amazing. Those three cabs. And I'm actually thinking about doing a Fix It Felix now. Assuming there's another sale on the GRS Build-A-Cades, but that's actually somebody put that idea in my head. I don't know who it was. All right. Okay, let's do it. It shouldn't take long because it's just a control swap and simple. I've not set up for this. Let me switch mics. I'll put on my lavalier so I can wander around. I don't even have my tablet, so keeping track of the chat's going to be a little difficult unless I choose to go up and get it. Again, 10 seconds before I went live is when I actually made it back into the arcade and sat down. So that's how my morning's been. Lavalier mic's on. Stop sharing. Stop screen sharing. Close that. What do I want to do? So I want to go back to OBS. Let's do, for now, I'll do all cameras, and when I get my cell phone going, I'll re-aim that. So I got to switch mics. Switched over to the lavalier mic. Testing 1, 2, 3. Looks like it's working. Turn on the house lights. Okay. I'm bringing over my. Again, I don't have any lighting going. I'm going to turn on my NDI camera. NDI application is a great way to add a camera to your OBS setup. Google NDI and OBS and cell phone, and you'll get plenty of content on showing you what you need to do. All right, cell phone camera's going. I don't know how much battery I have, but we'll find out. Oh, I probably don't have it on my home. You have to be on the same network. Yep, I'm not on my wireless network. That's better. Come on. I'm waiting for that lower right screen. %78 battery power. Really? You're really going to give me a hard time now. All right, let's try this. Close all. Oh, okay, there we go. Yay. NDI. High pitch feedback. I don't know what that would be. Oh, okay. Ooh, something at work. Good. Okay, so the goal would be we're going to replace this trackball. Now, I stated this earlier. This trackball is pretty amazing that came with it. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, I would keep it, but you know what? I want a green colored trackball accent to this cabinet. So I have the GRS trackball. And one thing I got to refresh my memory about is there's a pin thing that I got to do to make it work with an arcade 1-up. And I got to remember that. We'll get to that. So there it is. Pretty simple swap to do for anybody that wants to do it. But all right. So we'll go ahead and shut this off. And I do want to get, as far as this cabinet goes, I do want to do the buy stuff 19-inch monitor replacement. And I want to replace the kick panel on the riser with a Tulsa Arcades lit front. I just like those. I know there's a lot of people that don't like risers. They like to either go with G.I. Joe's inline design, or they like to just get deluxes, which don't have risers. So I get it. I totally understand it. And if that's what you like, I'm going with what I like, which is I like these panels, these front panels that JC does at Tulsa. And I also like to just support him because he's gone through a lot in the last year. He had a fire and he lost his wife to cancer. And so I like to support them whenever I can. All right. You guys all know what the control panel's connections look like. We got a ribbon cable, and I don't know what the official technical term for that cable is, but just two connections. We'll drop it out and we'll just take our control panel away. I'm going to take the plastic protector off. And I don't have a work table because I took my work table and used it for my Build-A-Cades. So, all right. What was I going to do? I was going to get my shoe boxes that I use to prop up the control panel. So we're going to use this table that I used to have my Build-A-Cades on. And I'll move the camera so you guys can see. I'll turn it off temporarily so you don't have to deal with camera shake. Okay, so we're going to just use this table that I use for the Build-A-Cades and then it's a little more than I want to deal with. So So I'll just do that. All right. Move it in here a little bit. I chipped the paint on my Pong table, and I'm really upset about this. Now I know why people go out and have plastic protectors custom made for them. Because, yeah, I chipped the paint on it, and I was really sad about that. Make sure you got a good view there. Maybe pull back a little bit. My gal's home. I can hear Law and Order playing upstairs. She's finished her shift. She's back to work on a kind of a part-time basis now. She's on restrictions because of her shoulder surgery, and all right. These are smaller screws than I'm used to seeing these black covers attached with. This is something a little different, you know. It's I don't have any more Build-A-Cades, so like I said, I know I flooded my live content with Build-A-Cades for the last 10 weeks or so, but you know, it's my show is pretty much what I'm doing, you know. What is Pete working on this week? And all right, we'll take the black cover off, and here we go. It looks like I have no glue to deal with. There's a little bit of glue I can see, but not much. So I may not have to even go get my my hairdryer. Let me try this for a little bit of light. So our goal here is to replace the trackball. Trackball is connected to a harness. I'm gonna have to cut that wire, and my wire cutter is right here. Just checking the chat. I appreciate you guys hitting the like button. Hey, bad guy, welcome, welcome. And I got a little bit of light going here from, I have a camera set up here that has a couple of LED lights, but the batteries are running low in them, so it may not be enough. And this is wrapped so close, and I got to be so careful that I don't cut an existing wire. I think I did a good job there. All right, so we freed up, and the port for the trackball is all the way over to the left on the encoder board. So we're going to pull that connection out. Comes right off, no glue, great. The trackball is probably going to be glued, so let's go ahead and unscrew the trackball. See where we're at with that. All right, can we pull it? Hey, it comes right out, no glue. Oh my gosh, Arcade One Up, bless you. So the trackball came right out. That's impressive. I think I remember in The Simpsons when I did this trackball swap, I think I have a hell of a time. I had to pry it out of there because they had glue. All right, let's get Glenn's trackball. I want to get rid of this table, by the way, and the TV might go out of the arcade once again. But so in this box you get, well, first of all, you get a silicone packet. Who cares? And he gives you a bag of screws, you know, in case you need to use some screws for this. Or I intend to reuse the arcade 1-up screws. And then you've got documentation here on how to do it. So not much in the box. So let's just take a quick look, because it's been a while since I opened up one of Glenn's trackballs. All right, that's just a marketing brochure. So there's a jumper inside this thing that we may need to set. Make sure the wire is towards the direction of the PCB board. And then, so this is talking about combining the trackball with the original stock spinner. Well, I'm not concerned about a spinner, but I do want to adjust the LEDs. How to remove the default 8 millisecond latency setup for the arcade 1-up unit. Am I going to need to do that? I don't know. I think I had to do it with the Tempest. Let's do the color change first. So my target is green, so switch 1 off, switch 2 off, switch 3 on. And which one is switch 1? Oh, I can barely see it. So 1, 2, 3. So I just need to do switch 3 on. All right. So switch 3 is on, switch 1 and 2 is off. So I should have a green trackball now. All right. I don't think I need to do the jumper change. We'll not do the jumper change and see what happens. Because again, this is a pretty quick fix. I don't think Glenn does a full-size trackball. I really need to look into this. I would like to protect what I have on that Pong pub table. I don't know if Glenn's trackball will work or fits an AtGames track. I don't know why it wouldn't, but we'll see. All right. So I'm not going to do the arcade 1-up jumper fix yet. We're going to do it without it, because to access that jumper, you got to take this apart. You can kind of see there's kind of like catches here that you would have to get a screwdriver and lift over and pull away so you can access the insides. But there is a jumper in there that we may or may not have to work. So let's drop the new trackball in, carefully avoiding any existing wires. And let's go ahead and screw it in. And I'm going to test this without putting the black panel on, cover panel on. So we're going to test it. What the hell? It's not fitting right. Again, the wiring harness towards the encoder board. That's the top. There was a little bit of glue down here, but it didn't really hold in. Did a good job of holding it down the old trackball. So All right, so we've got our cable, and we'll plug that into the encoder board. All right, so let's bring it back over. So here we have a more closer up view. So the encoder port here, all the way to the left. Again, the cable coming from the trackball facing the top towards the encoder board. And then I've got my dip switch settings, 1, 2, and 3. Only 3 is on, and that gets me a green trackball. So let's take it back over. I'll take you with me. All right. I love the fact I didn't have to move the cabinet. And I want to check gameplay just to see if the trackball is functioning correctly, or if I have some latency or whatever, or even if it even works. So we're going to find that out. All right. There we go. We got our green trackball. Looks beautiful. You kind of can't make that out on the camera. Maybe if I zoomed in, you can kind of make it out. Let me darken it a little, darken the picture a little. So I've darkened the image on my cell phone camera, but you can kind of see the green glow there. And the audio turned down. Again, a simple and easy change, really. Bring the camera over a little bit more head on. Oh, no, nope, I got to make an adjustment. The trackball is not functioning correctly. Nope, you can kind of see. Yeah, I got no functionality. All right. Okay, so it's not working. So there's a dip switch or a jumper switch on the inside. Actually, my cable was loose. Let's try it again. The ribbon cable was a little loose and popped out really easy. So just want to make sure that wasn't the issue, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pop open the trackball. I love this color though. You can't make it out on video, but it's a really nice green shade. No, it's non-reactive, so no trackball. Okay. Again, doing this live, you can kind of see the pitfalls live. And I did have to do this jumper fix on the Atari Legacy, I believe. All right, so let's bring it back over here. Bring you guys with me. Hello, Moon Patrol. All right. Gonna get a drink of water here. All right. I'm gonna pop this off, even though I probably could do it without. I'm just gonna remove it. Be easier to work with and show you guys anyway. I really need to remember this because I'll probably do this trackball change on. I might even attempt it on my my at games. I don't know. Actually, the trackball on the at games is bigger. Would love to put a trackball in on my mini though. That would be fun. So I've got the color right. That's good. So let's pull this thing out. Okay, so as I said, this thing can be pried open. I'm going to get my small tool kit. Okay. And again, I'm sorry if I'm not on top of the chat. I don't have my tablet with me. So let's try to do this in full camera view here. Just got to pry it up. I was hoping I had another flathead in here. I guess not. Ouch. Come on. There it goes. It popped. There we go. All right. I guess I got to do it on the other side too. There we go. There we go. All right. So we take off the top. There's the ball. And if you want to get an idea of what this looks like on the inside, well, you've got rollers on 3 sides. And then you've got your ball that go against the rollers. And then you've got your board on the inside, which controls various, I mean, it's got a couple of, do it this way so I can see what I'm trying to demonstrate. Oh, see, now if I angle this the wrong way, here's the ball, by the way. So being careful. What I need to do is do something with this jumper. I think I just need to completely pull it. I'm pretty sure, but oh, see. Oh, now things are getting out of hand here. Just take the ball out and make sure. Again, be very careful if you have to take yours apart if you do this, because the pieces will fall out. This did happen to me doing the Atari and the Simpsons that I had. I had to go back and reseat these roller bars. All right, I'm going to take a look. I got everything back together now. I just need to take a look at the documentation again, see what he says about that pin. Remove the jumper. That's all he says. Remove the jumper. All right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull this jumper out. Again, let's see if I can do that with my fingers. And it's right up against the plastic, so it's a little awkward. There we go. I got it. All right, so I've pulled the pin. There's no longer any pins on these jumpers. And then we're just going to put the cover back on. And make sure you get it lined up correctly. Because underneath it has the other side of the cover for the rolling pins. So you want the one in the corner on the right corner. You see what I'm saying? You've got this, this, and this right here. They all three cover those rollers from another direction. So just got to snap it back together. All right. Let's throw it back in. Hopefully that fixed our problem. The screws are a little loose now because they're not tightening, so I may have to go to Glenn's screws. You know, sometimes if you, and working with this type of wood, the screws kind of bore out the holes that they were in, so they don't tighten anymore. Oh, come on, really? Get in the hole. You're being a pain in the butt. This will be my GRS. You know, you all know how I struggle with the top of the GRS Buildicade, but getting screws in tight spaces is another. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to hold well. but for testing purposes, we'll see. All right, so it's on the encoder board again. Let's take it back over and plug it in. Okay. Come on. All right. So we got our green light again. I do love the animated graphic here. It's pretty fun. No, now I still don't have any easy action here. So maybe this trackball isn't intended for this machine. See, no trackball control. What am I doing wrong, guys? I'm doing something wrong. Either Glenn's trackball isn't intended for this. Again, I did not Google to see if this trackball would actually work with this particular. I assumed it would because it did work in The Simpsons and it did work in the Atari Legacy. Any thoughts from the chat, maybe? I'm going to play, there's not much further I could go with pin settings, jumper settings. But again, I'm boring out these screws, so Glenn sometimes jumps into the chat here. He'd probably be able to tell me right off the bat whether or not this would work with the Centipede Legacy, but again, I might actually have a defective part here. Who knows? I'm going to give it one more shot, though. But in general, you guys get a feel for how easy this is to do. I mean, I've put this in, started up, tried it like 3 times in less than a half an hour, I think. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it open again, and I'm going to put the jumper on 1 and 2 and see what happens. Second time, it's much easier getting this thing open. All right. I'm just going to check my rollers. All the rollers are in place. There's no debris or contamination in there. Just making sure that the, oh shit, you know what? I may have broken one of the wires here. Maybe not. I don't see, I crimped it though when I put the top back on. That might be my downfall, but it didn't work the first time either. So, but I definitely did not help that cable by doing that. So let's take the jumper and I'm going to put it on ports 1 and 2 and see what happens. Probably tweezers would be called for at this point because I don't want to turn this thing upside down. I'm going to lose let's try using my wire cutters to do this. All right, so I've got the jumper on ports 1 and 2. That's the only other thing I can try. I mean, so when you put the top back on, make sure these wires are fed through the opening. You can kind of see where I crimped it right there, the white one. It's kind of crimped right here. So that one's on me. So just make sure that you got clearance there and make sure you got your alignment here correct. Putting the top back on. So I'm going to make sure I still have wire clearance here. Something's loose in there. Shit. Something popped up. Live TV, folks. Yep. One of the ends of the roller came off. All right, let's fix that. Take our ball out. Take the roller out, put the end back on. Put the roller back in. Make sure I have wire clearance here. All right. One more time, folks. I'm not going to, if this doesn't work, I'm just going to declare that this doesn't work with the Centipede. So it was a nice idea. It looks beautiful in green. I need my headlamp. I can't really see what I'm doing here. Okay. the bottom right is the one that's really catching. The rest of these 3 screws are like worn out. Now, Glenn's documentation does say to use his screws, so I might be better off using his screws. I just try to get these screws in as much as I can for now. Again, if this doesn't work, I'm putting in the original arcade one up. We'll plug it in. And give it a shot. Take you with me. All right. I don't have any optimism that this is going to work, but you never know. It would suck though, because I really wanted a green trackball in there. So let's see what we got. Nope, no response at all. I clearly have left to right and up. Well, I don't actually have any down. Well, yeah, I do. But it's not responsive. So this Glenn's trackball, either I have a defective trackball, which I just got new in box, so I kind of believe it's not that, or this trackball just isn't compatible with this. We'll go ahead and go in here, but it's not going to work. So, yeah, no control. All right. So we're going to put the original back in. Sucks, you know, that's a beautiful trackball, beautiful green. Thought it would work. Pretty disappointed, but it is what it is. All right. All right, so we'll just reverse. I'll pull out the GRS. And we'll get the original arcade one up. Now, if I put this back in and it doesn't work, then I don't know what I did wrong. Oh, now my screws are catching. So maybe I did have to use Glen screws. Oh well. All right. Original's in. We're going to test it before we put the cover back on. Yeah, at least you see the process for replacing that. I mean, the arcade one-up trackball was good. It just didn't have color to it. I wanted to add some color. If this, I'll have to do some more research. I don't have any trackball. What did I do? Holy crap. I may have broken a control. I screwed this up. Oh man, I did something. So it should work just like it did with the oh wow, what did I do? You know what? I didn't plug it in. Son of a gun. I'll show you. Rookie frickin' mistake. I did not even plug it in. Oh my gosh. I'm so stupid. Talk about Panicville. But we're not out of the woods yet. Let's get her tested. Live TV, folks. On an edited video, you wouldn't even know I made that rookie mistake. Brilliant. I am the mod god, right? Good thing I didn't put the plastic cover on. There we go. See? Now I got the good trackball back. Much better. So two things are possible. Either my trackball was defective to begin with, which I highly doubt with Glenn and the quality of his products, or it just doesn't work with this particular Arcade 1-Up. And that is the case. I mean, you can't use all of Glenn's stuff with all of Arcade 1-Up's products, right? I mean, spinner doesn't work on the Atari Legacy. So maybe Arcade 1-Up did something special with the trackball in here that you can't use third-party trackballs. So sucks, but that is what it is. What it is. Ah. All right. So we'll button her back up. So not all mods go according to plan. And you've seen that on my channel before. But I found out, I'm sure if I Google later, I'll find someone in Reddit or something that is trying to get Glenn's trackball to work with the Atari or with the Centipede Legacy. It just isn't. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the panel back on. It's just the way mods go sometimes. Not all mods work the way you want them to right off the bat. And doing these on a live stream can be a little dangerous because things don't always go the way you want them. But at least we know. And you guys, I saved you guys, if you have a Centipede, the trouble of doing this. I will say that Glenn's trackball did work with The Simpsons. And it did work with the Atari Legacy. I've got it right over there. It's lit red over there. So it's a good product. I might order a second one I'll try that one just to see if I maybe had a defective one. Love these ratchet screwdrivers. I mean, they're just make things so much easier. And I don't like using drills on this, wood this sensitive. I mean, your drill technique might be better than mine, but I'll wind up ruining the screw hole. All right, it's back together now. All right, let's get our plastic protector. And our screws. Okay. Still have our trackball. That's good. Plays good. So everything's back together, back to normal. Ah! All right. I'm not going to play a full game. Okay. Well, that wasn't a success, but at least we know. Just scrolling back through the chat. UTB Pro. Gamer Fridge, I'm looking at your... So you're saying I ordered the wrong trackball because I've got the UTB 01. Let's look at Glenn's website. Oh, so I had the wrong trackball. All right, let's go look. All right, so this is, let me share this out. Let me go back. Let's go back here. Share out this window. Yeah, I did not have my tablet with me today, so it was hard for me to keep. Well, zero. I did not have my my tablet, so I apologize. Usually for my GRS builds, I have my tablet, but again, I got into the arcade 10 seconds before showtime, so I didn't have time to grab it. All right, let's see. Trackball, arcade controls and accessories, trackballs. So this is the one, that's a spinner combo. This is the one I had, the UTB-01. So you're saying I need this one. Oh, here we go. Compatible with arcade 1-up 12-in-1 units. Centipede unit. Compatible with new 1-up Centipede via USB port. Yeah. Well, shit. Guys, I got to order one of these. I thought that, like I said, I did not do any prior research to see if that trackball would actually work. I've had that trackball in my stock for quite a while. They say retro Centipede unit, but does that include the Centipede Legacy? All right. Somebody, John Callan says, absolutely awesome. Been waiting for a replacement trackball for my Centipede Legacy cabinet. This one knocks it out of the park for quality. Highly recommend. All right. So I know what I need to do. Perfect drop-in replacement for the A1-up Centipede Legacy cabinet. Being able to adjust the sensitivity on the fly is great. I dropped it a star as you need an OTG on-the-go cable to connect the trackball to the Arcade 1-up PCB. Luckily, I had one lying around, but for a premium device, it felt a bit cheap, not including the option in the box. This new trackball doesn't work with Major Havoc. Yes, my cabinet is the Centipede Legacy. But Major Havoc refuses to recognize this trackball. All right. I will order one of these, and then we'll do a future we'll do it on a future stream. Interesting. Let me go back and look at the other one. Are you kidding me? See, if I'd have gone to his website before I tried to use this stupid thing, I would have seen this. Wow. I need the extra board, whatever that means. Well, guys, I apologize. Had I had carved out time to do proper research before I did this, I would have known all this before I dived into it. Glenn will probably watch this later, and go, well, stupid doofus, I would have told you that. Yeah, I didn't think about the spinner. So clearly I need to take more time in looking at this upgrade. USB interface board. That's what this board looks like. That's what you're talking about, right? Connected to your PC earlier. I've been enjoying things. Spinner trackball. All right. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pick up one of these boards. Does the board come with this particular version of the trackball? Or not this one? The other one. This one. Version 3. Does the controller come with that? Let's see. Built-in serial and USB. So is that board built into this new trackball? So Zero, are you... Stop what? Help me out. Tell me exactly what I need. I need this. I know I need this at the very least, but do I need the board? I'm thinking you said no. Okay. All right, Boofman. Thank you. Guys, it's hard for me to keep up the chat. Okay. So if I missed something you said, I apologize. I'm nearly 60 years old with eyes like I would really love to get a new set of eyes, but you know, I'm not seeing everything. All right. Gotcha, Zero. Okay. All right. I will do that. Okay. Well, I'm going to call it, guys. I'm at, what, 2 hours now? I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day. I appreciate you guys for jumping on and helping me out. I'm sorry I didn't do my research prior. And it is what it is. It's just something I threw into the show because I really didn't have anything else and thinking it might work. And I didn't know for sure 100% it wouldn't or would, and it didn't. So you all pointed out why it didn't work, because I had the wrong trackball. So that's why I appreciate you guys, because you're telling me what I need to know. Okay. Well, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember to hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, always, hit that subscribe button. I like seeing that number go up. Just tickles me to death when I know that people enjoy what I do, even though I screw it up sometimes. But thank you for joining me on another Sunday morning, and I'll be back next week. Who knows what I'll do next week, but we'll see. You guys, as I always say, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and you have a safe week ahead. It's going to be warm up here, so I hope to get outside and do some runs. You all, if it's warm by you, get out and do something and enjoy the nice weather. So have a good week and a safe week. And until next week, I will see you. And always remember, I got next.